Hey folks, how you doing? This is Doug from the second time around, and I finally just uploaded all the videos that I had on my Facebook page and put them on my new YouTube channel, which is what you're watching. And I had to redo a lot of the videos, and you know, I have to apologize to you folks. A little bit of my back history, just in case you're wondering, because I've been asked a lot of questions. Born and raised in Southern California, and still live here. When I wasn't traveling the country or around the world to different little hotspots when I was in the Marine Corps, I have lived here in Southern California. And, California has its problems, but it's a really good place to live. So, my background when it comes to watches, as a kid throughout high school, I was a cross country and track runner. And can't tell that now. That was my golden years. But my parents bought me my first watch, which I believe was an Armatron digital watch. And then eventually I got a Casio because I was really into running. But my first, what I call real watch, was when I was in the Marine Corps and I was in Okinawa, Japan, and I bought a Seiko, I believe they called it a Turtle. And that watch went through hell and back with me. I still have it somewhere in the house here, just can't find it. I think one of my boys may have taken and used it. I hope they didn't lose it. But the cool thing was it was a black dive, watch Seiko, but it was a date that was in both Japanese and English. So I really wish I could find that watch and show it to you. But, you know, I'm just that kind of person, especially being former military and raised in a military family, that I'm usually 5 to 10 minutes early for appointments or wherever I'm supposed to be. So watches have always been very important to me. I bought what I considered my first luxury watch in 2012, and it was the Tag Heuer, and I talked about that and showed that watch. And then 2000, this is what 2025, so probably around 2023, I bought an Omega, and that started the whole trip down the rabbit hole of getting into watch collecting. So I've shown you a lot of my watches. I'm quickly approaching 100 watches. Now that the Swiss tariffs have been dropped back down to 15%, I've already had several watches on order, and they'll be arriving soon. The manufacturers were holding on to them so that we wouldn't have to pay that 39% tariff and drop it down to 15. So I've still got about maybe 6, 7 watches that are coming, and then I'm going to be slowing down. But people were asking me, how can I afford so many watches? I have different price ranges from watches that are only a couple of $100 all the way up to thousands. I don't have an AP or a Patek. Probably never will. Don't know. But I've got some high end watches, and I love watches. I love their history, their living history, their living machines. And but how can I afford them? It's real simple. No life, no wife, no strife. Uh, got rid of the ex-wife 30 years ago. Raised both of my boys, and one got married. The other one has a wonderful girlfriend. Hope they'll be getting married, and I have 2 grandchildren. So it's just me and my dog, Hank. He's a German Shepherd. He's almost 3 years old. He's my best friend. Like I said, I got rid of the ex-wife some 30 years ago, and I've had several relationships in between. But my last one, which I ended, oh God, finally ended it back early this year. And a gold digger. She was trying to take me for everything I had, and I finally realized it. And, you know, hey, I learned a lesson. I'm old, but finally learned realized what she was doing to me. So instead of spending money on her, I spend it on watches. So I have some expendable cash, and that's how I've been buying the watches. But again, no life, no wife, no strife. I don't have to ask permission to do anything. So that's how I That's how I roll. Is that the term that we use nowadays? But I hope you enjoyed these videos. Again, it's my journey. I'll be giving opinions on certain watches. And the funny thing is that I apologize. I'm not the best editor in the world, and yet my last career was as a photojournalist, both with camera and video, and I covered breaking news. As a photographer, I was doing nature, military, sports, and I was a freelance, and I was very lucky to be published around the world in magazines, newspapers, government documents, you name it. And then I got into video news, and I was doing breaking news videos, and been very fortunate that many of my videos were seen nationally and sometimes internationally. And I was covering, bad things, whether it be fires, police activity, natural disasters. Did that for 11 years, working almost daily, and I retired back in June, and bored to death, which is another reason why I'm buying so many watches. And then people ask me about the artwork in the back. So this piece is a Time poster over on this side. Sorry, I'm looking in the opposite direction. It's just different name brands of certain watches around the world, well known. And then up here is the Bluesy Rolex. And let's see if I can get out of the way here. I can't go the right direction. The Omega No Time to Die. And we roll back, and we've got an advertisement from a magazine of the Omega Speedmaster. So that's the artwork, and I figured, but I'll never be a Nico Leonard or some of these other guys that have production teams. And these people do their productions really well. I'm just an average guy, average watch collector. I enjoy it. And just wanted to share with you folks and give you some tips on how I do things. So you have a wonderful day, evening, whenever you're watching the video. Please subscribe. Please like. If you don't like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs down. Leave comments. Tell me what I'm doing right. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. And I truly appreciate each and every one of you. You folks, you take care of yourselves, okay?